Hey everyone, and welcome to another short and sweet video brought to you by Chartmetric. Today we're going to have a look at the audience tab of an artist profile within Chartmetric and see all that's available there. So how you get to the audience tab is you navigate to an artist profile within Chartmetric. You could do this by looking at your dashboard, by looking at our artist list, or even just by searching for the artist in the search bar here. Once the artist profile is loaded, you'll notice a bunch of different tabs here along the left sidebar. Go ahead and click Audience. This is a very popular page for people who want to understand who an artist's audience is and not just focus on follower and engagement metrics. So the first thing you'll notice here is that we get demographic data from a bunch of different platforms: Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and now even Snapchat. Based on this data, we could tell you interesting things like what your primary and secondary market is. We have some age and gender information in there as well. And we have it shown cumulatively, meaning we do an analysis based on the data from all of these platforms and kind of compile it all into one place, which is what you see here. And if you wanted to see stats that are particular to one platform, for example, Spotify, you could actually click the Spotify icon, which will reload the page and show you stats that are particular to that platform. But I always tell people, try to look for patterns in the data across platforms because that tells you a truer story in terms of who the artist's audience is. So in this example, we're seeing most of this artist's audience skews slightly female between the 18 to 24 age range, although there is a competitive market between the 25 to 34 age range as well. And we have some ethnicity and language choice information here as well. This could be useful, for example, if your audience is bilingual. That would affect the way you communicate with them and how you market to them. So that's one example of how some of this analysis could be useful in your marketing efforts. And then if you scroll down further, you could actually see some location information. So we look at what are your top cities based on all of these platforms? What are your top countries? What are your top markets in general? This is really useful when it comes to the live space. Where do you want to book your next show? Where do you want to book your next festival? Even in the digital marketing space, where do you want to promote those targeted ads? You might want to promote them in places where you know you have an engaged audience. And you could do that once again at the city level. You could filter by continent. Or if you scroll down further, you could do that at the country level as well, which is really interesting. Most of these tables within Chartmetric are exportable, so you could actually export a CSV and do further analysis offline if you choose. And furthermore, if you wanted to get deeper into who are my most popular followers, you could actually look at the notable followers table, which breaks down who are people who follow me who also have substantial followings themselves on a per platform basis. This is great for collaborative posts on social, for endorsements, for social campaigns. You want to see who you can kind of cross-pollinate with in terms of people who already have a captured audience that's slightly different than yours. But you know, since they follow you, they kind of understand your brand and they're a supporter of your music. So that's one advantage of the notable followers section here on the audience tab. So those are some highlights of the audience tab on an artist profile. I hope you found this useful, and thank you for joining another short and sweet video brought to you by Chartmetric.